and welcome back to United Rogue Series 3 here tonight, the last series of the night. We've got a Macaroni League Western Conference matchup between the Maui Ancients and once again the Seattle Swarm. With me again is Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. What do you expect from this game tonight?
This is going to be a really, really interesting matchup. Half the players on the field here have played in 2 or fewer matches with their team, all new pickups. So these are going to be some rosters not only want to be feeling out the other team, but feeling out their own teammates. So I think this is going to lead to some really, really interesting play. I'm really excited for this match.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to just see some chaos, to see some people taking chances that they don't know they shouldn't be taking. So it does make for some interesting Rocket League. Like you said, 3 out of the 6 players in the lobby tonight are relatively new, but being around champ 3, grand champ, they are not new to this game. So let's expect some flashy stuff as we continue. United Rogue action, third game tonight. Waiting for the players to jump in. Yeah, we had a little barn burner between Seattle. Another matchup from Seattle tonight. Uh, Different situation. What are the records coming into this game?
So we got a 3-5 record for Seattle, just out of a playoff spot, and a 5-2 record for Maui coming into it. So both teams had some ups and downs so far this season. Outside of the lineup changes that I talked about earlier. So I think both teams going to be pretty hungry for a win here.
All right, look at this solo play by Fort. Flips it over 1-2, a pass to himself, finishes it off, catching Maui, pushing too far forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And Fort's been one of Seattle's reliable goal scorers all season long so far. So that's exactly who they need to be starting things up early to get themselves into position for a win here.
But Maui, once again, with the early pressure off the kickoff, Yuki pushes that to the wall. Fort and Yuki both gonna play this sidewall here, the sidewall game. Luma, the common denominator for Maui, as he's played. He's pretty much the leader in all of their statistical categories, as he's the only returning player from Maui, or the most returning player from Maui tonight. Jeez, sorry about that. Nice demo. Opens it up in front of the net, but nobody there from Maui to finish it off. JDZ rotating back. Luma takes possession, or tries to take. Fort cuts it off. Burrito gonna play this down off the backboard. Yuki shot right. Luma grabs boost. Full can. Takes it to the ceiling. One last touch. Almost finishes that off, as that would have been a definite replay for the night.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is both teams so far have had some highlight reel kind of defensive moments here, breaking up some really, really tight, tough plays. It's 1-0. It could easily be 2-2, 3-2 right now. Really strong showing from both teams to get things going here.
JDZ drops that down for Ranch. Ranch is going to put that on net. 2 times we've seen the other team caught chasing, but we are now tied 1-1 after with 3:17 left to go.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I'm talking about coming into it. You're going to see these kind of interesting plays when teams don't necessarily have 100% of each other's tendencies down. They haven't spent months playing together. It's a bit of a new thing for them. This is the kind of play we expect. Like I said, it's going to make for interesting Rocket League.
All right. Demos are coming out. Gloves are off as we reach the 2-minute mark. 3 minutes left to go. Luma. Ranch finishes it off. The Cloud9 skin on that car, I thought that was a blue teammate waiting for him on the back wall, but that was actually Yuki, unable to make the save there for Seattle.
And that's exactly what Maui wants to do here.
Nope.
They maybe go down a little early, and then go down again to get tied up here. I mean, that was the kind of response they want to have. Maui previously to throwing the first one, but got to be tighter on those kickoffs. Definitely don't want to get hurt like that when you're going into a long series.
Yeah, that was that quick kickoff follow where you don't leave a whole lot of space and don't leave a whole lot of time for anybody to react if you're able to get a quick shot. That's exactly what Seattle needed to tie it up as we reach halftime here. Burrito playing it to the back wall. Ranch is there. This is not clear of his net. Is that's going to be shot? Oh, man, just bottom right. That was an excellent opportunity missed there for Seattle. Yuki takes possession in the corner, tries to get it around Luma. Now it's Burrito trying to do the same on the opposite side. Yuki back to Burrito, but cut off by Luma. Excellent read by Luma to alleviate some pressure. JZ,
Oh, yeah.
JDZ.
What dangerous carry from Maui out there in front. Been seeing a little bit of that so far. Not the best clears from them. Hope that doesn't end up biting them as we're coming into the last 2 minutes of this game.
JDZ does seem to be confident behind the ball, but sometimes, wait till you're in other teams have to do that. But Yuki to the right, 2-2, shot on.
Oh,
I did not see that going in, but wow, he finds a space there. That's all he needed.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you miss the shots you don't take. Sometimes you just got to throw it on and get the goal. But that's also a tough miss there from Luma. So close to having the big save. Instead, he got the goal explosion.
And to be honest with you, I expected Luma to make that save, and I think probably everybody on Maui did too. That's just an unfortunate goal there. A minute and a half, plenty of time left for Maui and Luma to mount the comeback, tie this up, maybe send it into overtime, maybe take the lead late. Yuki takes possession on the back wall, floats it to himself, keeping it close to the ceiling, gets it around 2 Maui players. Fort takes over. And the demo by Ranch on Yuki alleviates the pressure for Maui. Now they're mounting their own attack. Ranch tries to stay in front of this as this pass goes to Yuki. Yuki pinches it, cut off. Fort picks it up. A little bit of chaos going on. Last minute winds down. I've got to stop those notifications from coming in on my phone. I am sorry.
I want to call out when you're talking about demos there. Mr. Ranch has played 5 games in UR so far this season, and he has 5 demos. So this is the exact type of situation we expect to see. There we go. Some heavy pressure, some physical play, some demos. That was Luma there with a demo on Yuki. And then Mr. Ranch gets the tying goal for the hat trick in game 1. Might push to overtime here. What do you think?
Yeah, it seems like I think it's exactly like you said. Both teams kind of filling each other out and their own teammate as well. As we've seen several goals just kind of come from missed rotations or just not expecting somebody to be there and they're not. So we've got an interesting matchup tonight. It's going to be send the house or make sure somebody's there in third. It's going to be an interesting matchup tonight, and we are going to go into overtime, game 1. Excellent start to this series.
Yeah, I hope we got a excited crew in the chat tonight, because this has so far been a fantastic game. Bodes really well for a fantastic series. When you got goals where you're getting a 1-on-0 kind of breakaway goal situation, it means you had some pretty crazy stuff going on in offense before. Makes for a fun game to watch no matter how it plays out. Oh, and speaking of which, incredible passing play from JDC to Luma there to win it in OT.
Yeah, I mean, that is an excellent. It's kind of just push it out in the middle, hope that your teammate there. And you had 2 teammates flashing toward the net. I think everybody saw that coming after JDZ made the amazing pass. Getting some of that chemistry together as Maui takes game 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think, especially after giving up the kickoff goal to tie it up, going down a little bit late, Maui definitely could have fallen back on their heels. They could have struggled, but they put together a really fantastic game. Hat trick from Mr. Ranch, who's keeping up so far a really strong performance with his new team. Some solid play from Luma, especially bouncing back after that tough miss save early. Really, really like the performance from Maui. How do you think Seattle's going to respond as we go into game 2?
Uh, I don't know. I don't think either team really had the upper hand in that game. I don't think it's a matter of Seattle or Maui responding to what the other one's doing. It's just figuring out what's working for your team and then doing more of that. And so we did see quite an even matchup between these two. Field domination, field possession. Um, but Maui did seem more active, more demos, more shots, more throwing it at the wall to see what sticks. So I think that's what I'd like to see from Seattle is take some chances, throw some balls on net, go for some double touches, do some stuff that you probably shouldn't do, just to see what works. It's early in the series, but you do not want to go down two.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing I want to call out off the stat page as we go into the second game here. Yuki, the leading goal scorer for Seattle, but also number 5 in the league overall for saves, number 4 for saves per game. So, a fantastic defensive player across the season, had 0 saves that game. I'd expect to see a little bit more of an active role played by Yuki before it takes the early lead for Seattle here.
Yeah, that's just a race to the bottom right corner. And, here we go with an early goal. Seattle, making the case for them owning game two. 2 quick goals by Fort. 2 goals in 26 seconds.
Yeah, there you go. And that's exactly what I was talking about. We got Yuki factoring in there, keeping possession in the corner. Fort with a fantastic play. Have been really hungry for the net early in both of these games. This has so far been a perfect response from Seattle. The exact kind of game you want to have after how that overtime ended.
Would you say it's Fort's night? Bad puns. Here we go. As Yuki chases us down, Burrito puts it back into the corner. Ranch to Luma. Luma, top corner. Oh my goodness. That could have gone post in, post out, or just uneventful. And like Luma just unable to get the ball to go into the net, but is applying a lot of pressure for Maui. Fort takes a quick turn.
I really like so far what we're seeing from Luma, like putting it on. I mean, got a goal from Mr. Ranch there off a great pass from JDZ, which, fantastic assist play from JD so far with, I believe this is his first match actually with Maui so far. So exciting play from him so far. I really do like what Luma is bringing to the table. There's a lot of risk taking on offense, and it's definitely going to pay off eventually, like it does right there. Big goal for Luma.
Luma takes the kickoff goal. Another one of those. Actually, they both did the quick kickoff. Quick follow on the kickoff, but Luma staying behind it and then taking the ball home. Go to your home, and here we are, tied 2-2, with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Luma not getting the pinch that he wanted there. That's the nothing pinch. I hate the feeling of those. It's just you expect it to fly out at 100 miles an hour and it goes 0. I don't know, man. It just feels like like a moist feeling. I don't know how to explain that. Anyway, the JDZ to the back wall, gets bumped off the ball, floats back down. Luma had to take his time there to let JDZ recover, and now JDZ is going to have to make the save. Yuki, excellent shot, excellent positional save by JDZ.
Ooh.
Ranch.
Great save there from Maui. A little bit of a broken play in there, clear there. So way to have someone back and get the save, because that can be tough sometimes.
Man, Yuki with that Cloud9 skin just keeps throwing me off, but whatever. Here we go. Yuki trying to center it, gets a bump on Ranch, but nobody pushing from Seattle. Burrito, Yuki, everybody from Seattle. Finally, Burrito gets a touch to finish it off.
That's such a tough play to experience when everyone's kind of playing a block. It doesn't know what to do, and you just got 2-3 dudes driving in circles around the ball. When you're the team that gets scored on at the end of it, it's really painful replay to watch.
Oh yeah, Everybody had a shot at it, but faking, faking, faking. 7 fakings later. Here we are at halftime. Seattle with a thin 1-goal lead. I don't think that's going to be enough. They have been putting up numbers left and right. Fort shot to the left there. Luma takes possession. Still sends this up to the ceiling. He's going to follow this. He's going to get a double touch off the backboard. He is not. Yuki unable to maintain possession. But now he's going to 50-50 JDZ. That ball goes in front of the net. Fort pops it up. Burrito, can he finish this? Does he have the flip reset? I mean, he might have gotten it off the ceiling, but unable to do anything with it. Oh, man. Seattle. Oh, no. Well, actually, that's Yuki. Dadgummit. That's not an own goal. That's Yuki with a goal of his own.
Yeah, there we go. Getting involved in the play. Fantastic one from Yuki there. And I don't want to be wrong. That was Yuki's 30th of the season.
Oh, man. And if I call it, it's the blue, it's the blue Cloud9. I'll get used to it. I'll look at the big yellow name on top of the car. Maybe that'll help. But JDZ, 50-50, goes toward Luma. Luma, backboard. Can they finish that off? Ranch doing the best thing and coming off of that, but Seattle turning the pressure. They got a 4-2 lead here. You've got to start sending more of the house here, but this is going to be a close series between these two.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like what we're seeing so far from both of these teams. You know, regardless of the outcome here, regardless of who's down, you know, both teams have responded when they're down. Both teams are playing really, really well. We've definitely seen a couple breakdowns, but a lot of fantastic play. You know, both of these teams, this is a game they want to build on, and no matter what the outcome is, this is building in the right direction, I think, for both teams.
Ooh. Once again, building on the record, but got to bring those new players in and get them ready for the playoffs. Because Maui's especially looking at a playoff spot. Seattle needing to do some work as well. Burrito, excellent 50-50, turns this around. But, you know, right now, just getting the ball in Maui's half is all Seattle needs to do to waste the rest of this game away. 20 seconds left. Maui needs 2 goals quick right now. Otherwise, game 2 is going to go to Seattle. Ranch, big pop.
But you tried to get the bump there. Good physical play to end the game. You know, game's over, but not the series. Let them know you're going to see him in 60 seconds.
Yeah, glory time. But the ball just kind of trickles down at half court. You know, it's winding down. It's a Sunday night here. Somebody's got places to be, but normally we like to keep those up. But it does look like we're going to have a close matchup between these two. Did you think Seattle made some adjustments there that caused them to be victorious where they dropped it in game 1?
Yeah, you know, I don't even necessarily think I'd call it an adjustment. I think they settled into the kind of play that they wanted to have. I mean, you know, I said at the start, Yuki, you know, by the numbers, that was an off game. But I think everyone was a little off on both teams. Seattle just, you know, got unlucky at the end of the day, had the wrong off moment. But that was a team that felt a little bit more warmed up, a little bit more in the pocket, a little, you know, shakes the sillies off a little bit and get their head in the game. Maui did too. You know, there were some mistakes they made early that I don't think we saw them make there in game 2. But they just gotta tighten it up on offense a little bit and make sure they're responding every time Seattle hits them. And I think that they can make a 2-2 series out of this.
Yeah,
sorry, take a 2-1 series lead. This is game 3. My apologies. I'm getting a little turned around here.
Getting a little ahead of yourself here, but do you think Seattle's going to take the 2-1 lead here? Or who you got going into game 3? Who's your money on?
last time we were watching Seattle, and I know that it was a different league, but last time we were watching Seattle, we saw teams exchanging wins, and that's what we're seeing here again. It got us to game 5, which is always the best way to watch Rocket League, is watch game 5. So that's what I'm going to vote here. I bet that Maui gets the win here, and then I bet Seattle responds.
All right. Yeah, let's see it. That's a good script. The reverse sweeps always seem like bittersweet for whoever comes out ahead, you know? Like it makes for excellent Rocket League, but those are tough. Yuki, I saw Yuki's name a lot, and he seemed to like really up in the second game. Even though Fort had a majority of their goals, I did like Yuki stepping up. But Yuki deleted from the map. Here we go. The gloves have come off. JDZ 0 boost, but still making plays in the corner. Ranch puts it down. Yuki waiting near post for that. Luma's turn in the corner. We're seeing some good corner rotations here. I'm not sending too many players at the ball, and sometimes we do get tied up in the corner. Sometimes that's just Rocket League.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing those kind of simple balls, keeping possession in the corner is such a big part of a successful offense that wears teams down and gets goals exactly like that. If you can control it in the corner, like it's not always going to be the most dangerous thing, but when you can keep that cycle going, it's impossible to survive forever. And Mr. Ranch capitalizes. Mr. Ranch has been really, really fantastic so far in this series.
Let's give some credit where credit is due. Luma taking the ball from the corner, getting a bump, giving a demo, opening things up for Maui. And now is that an open net? If they're going to take advantage here, Fort does everything he can to get that ball out. But the ball is still in front of the net. Well, they are not out of trouble yet. Seattle. Burrito using every bit of boost he has to get that ball to the corner. Maui on fire right now as they apply the pressure to Seattle. Fort fakes him out of his boots. Pick up some axles on your way home. Fort taking that one to the house. I mean, just shaking and baking. I mean, JDZ having to defend the flick there, but you know the damage is done. They just turned into a game of 1v1 there for JDZ.
Yeah. And I'm getting some background info from the control room right now about some other proceedings around the league tonight. So Maui right now is coming off of a huge win. This is actually a back-to-back doubleheader. This game started a little bit late because Maui went to OT in Game 5 to win. Apparently, JDZ had a fantastic match. That was his first match with the team, so this is actually his second. Luma also had a very good one. So I know Seattle takes the lead here, but apparently Maui is coming off of a big win and has a lot of momentum in their favor.
Yeah, do not want to come down off of that high for Maui. You know, you want to have a good debut. So JDZ looking for a 2-win night debut. Oh, they have pushed up. Luma's going to have to do everything he can as all three Seattle players are going to fire this toward the net. Oh, he's going to pass it down in front. That is a lot of confidence there that JDZ is going to be able to make the play. Oh, Ranch. They bump into each other, but Luma staying home. Oh, my goodness. Maui giving me a heart attack back here.
Yeah, it was a little synchronized swim in there in the air to neutralize that offensive pressure.
Yeah, now they're back on the push, looking for demos and bumps themselves. That does seem to work, getting Seattle out of their rotations. You give them a nice little bump, a little how do you do. Ranch cuts it off. Burrito returns the favor, puts that shot on net, throw it at the net, see what sticks. Fort plays it down. Yuki and Luma chase down this ball. I did not see him coming. Oh, nice pass in front of the net. Ranch defends the double touch extremely well, but it's too little too late as Yuki makes it a 3-1 game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yuki's keeping themselves on the scoreboard 2 games in a row here. Really tough deficit to crawl out from right now if you're Maui, because Seattle has just really been putting on a show. They've been making big saves and they've been countering hard when they do get them.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I mean, that was an excellent, stopping that double touch opportunity. You come off of that high and immediately give up a goal. It's just kind of like the pressure from Maui, or pressure from Seattle. Can Maui withstand it? And what can they do? And I don't want to say that this game is over. It's a minute left. 2 goals. That is nothing, especially when you have the talent of these players that we've seen tonight.
Yeah, and
JDZ
absolutely, and you
takes
got to
possession.
remember Maui's first win in Game One came after tying it up with, I believe, about 25 seconds left in regular time, and then scoring again to win in OT. So I'm definitely not counting them out, but they definitely got to put the pedal to the metal in Seattle's half to change things, as we got about 30 seconds left
Oh,
here,
it's once again
and
it is Fort's night. That's an open net. He does not miss those.
yeah, that was he's been on since the jump. He had the first goal, capitalizing on a little overplay from Maui, and he's showing why he's a player to watch this series.
Is that a new BDS skin he has on his car or an old one? I can't tell. But here we go in front. Ranch saves 3-goal deficit right now for Maui. It's really more about getting that momentum back on their side going into the next game, Game 4. Well, it will be pivotal that they come out hot, riding that hot streak that they had from earlier in the night. Burrito taking his time in the corner, finds a pass down to Fort. Fort in 50-50s with Ranch. As the time winds downhill, this is just they're just going to let it drop. Oh, no. Oh, JDZ says we're not done yet. Luma flips, keeps the ball up. Maui, everybody commits to that, trying to keep it up, getting a little glory goal, but that's going to drop. Seattle's going to take a 2-1 series lead going into Game 4. What does Maui need to do to right the ship?
Uh, to a certain degree, they need to keep doing what they're doing. I mean, Luma has 7 shots on goal, no goals. That's not ideal. Seattle had a fantastic defensive game, but they're putting the shots on. They're getting plays on offense. Uh, I think they maybe need to take it out of the corner a little bit more and be a little bit more creative on offense. But they really got to make sure they're not overplaying on the midfield. Their third man isn't getting too excited. They got to play a shutdown midfield because they are getting burned hard on breakaways, and it's completely blowing any momentum they get trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, if you looked at the field domination and possession and my shots, I mean, look, Seattle's got dang near 10 saves. Yeah, 9 saves. So, I mean, there's not a lot of games where you have 9 saves and 4 goals. I mean, that's Seattle doing exactly what they need to do to win the game. Like you said, those breakaway opportunities, capitalizing on those and capitalizing on them well, because that's an interesting scoreline. 9 saves, 4 goals. But anyway, here we go. Game 4. My money and my heart is on a Game 4 win by Maui, forcing a Game 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Seattle was nice enough to give us a game 5 last series. I bet we're going to see a game 5 here because, the Maui from game 1 uh, is still on the field. They're a very, very capable team. We know they just forced the game 5 and then won it in OT. So this is a team that goes down but not out. And there's a reason they have a winning record.
Oh, Fort he really wanted to follow that, but he got bumped to the moon.
That was a
JDZ.
fantastic diving save from JDZ there. I really want to call that out. Those can be hard to get that orientation as you're coming down on the net. So really, really strong play from him there to keep it tied.
Oh yeah, excellent. And then he immediately put himself in a good position, staying near post. Not a lot of boost, but he still could have made another diving save at that if he need be. But here we go. Seattle on the back foot now. Yuki off the back wall. Keeps possession, but Mr. Ranch is going to take that over. Tries to get a demo on Burrito. If that demo on Burrito had gone through, that would have been an easy goal for Maui. Luma just basically gives it to Yuki. Yuki full tank of boost, but 50 from JDZ keeps this in Seattle's half for the moment. Fort possession of the ball. Luma, big 50-50. A demo, I don't know what's going on. Ranch collects it. No more boost to follow that.
Well, this
50-50.
is a very, very evenly matched game so far. Neither team really feels like they've had many huge plays. Neither team feels like they have the momentum. Seattle, a bit of a losing record. Burrito's a new addition to the team. So gotta hope they don't have a little bit of jitters trying to close out a series. That's an important win for them as we're about midway through the season.
Fort collects the ball, keeps possession of it. That's a big key for Seattle, is just keeping possession when they get it, not letting it go. Not having this turn into like a tennis match. But hit burrito. Excellent read off that side wall. That almost looked like a hoops play. Jumps off the wall to keep the ball in Maui's half. Ranch collects it, thinks twice about it, slows it down. Maybe Yuki giving Yuki the time to cut it off. Keeping the ball pinned in Maui's half. Luma collecting pennies now, getting back on the back corner. Ranches 50-50, stays in the corner. This is an excellent opportunity for Seattle, but the JDZ demo is what they needed. That ball almost went in bottom right corner.
JDZ capitalizing fantastically on exactly what we saw that has given Maui success in the series so far, which is waiting for Seattle to overplay a little bit and capitalize hard. Just rolled it right, but that's the kind of play you want to see as we're under 2 minutes in this 0-0 game where the way it's looking right now, this could be a 1-0 affair, and Maui needs that one to be in their favor.
I think for content, we need it to be in our favor as well. JDZ, touch pass down to Luma, cut off by Burrito. This is like the game 3, game 4, game 5 reads where you're seeing like certain players just are able to pick up on what the other team's doing, and they're making some almost pre-jump calls. Just really changes the dynamic of the game. That's why I think we're at 0-0 here. Fort's going to collect this in the corner.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I mean, we're watching a lot of 50s that go absolutely nowhere. A lot of really, really smart reads, a lot of really smart blocks. The kind of plays that don't get you saves, they don't get you a lot of points, but are absolutely crucial to keep a 0-0 game with two teams that are really skilled like these two teams are.
Something else I'm seeing is they're not letting anybody slow down the pace. If you slow it down too much, you get demoed. And I'm a fan of demos myself, so I'd like to see it. And it will open up things. JDZ, I think he was hoping that there was going to be somebody there to take that possession. Oh, no. Seattle cannot capitalize on the overplay by Maui.
Oh, the goalpost deserves a couple dinners bought for it by Maui right now, because they are staying alive in this series, and that was so close to being the dagger for them.
But here we are, game 4 overtime, 0-0. Neither team wanting to give the golden goal at this point up. Luma takes it to Seattle's corner. Fort takes over, gets another touch around JDZ, pass to Yuki. He's going to go for demos on Luma. That's all it took, but the post MVP is the post for Maui.
Most valuable post, absolutely, right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, an early overtime win for Seattle. Oh, that's an unfortunate roll in. You hate to see that kind of goal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Luma's had a great night tonight, and he's just taking that ball out, and that dunk that 50-50 just goes the absolute wrong way. I'm going to make the joke one more time. It was Fort's night tonight as he puts in the winning goal for Seattle in game 4, kind of ending the debut for JDZ. JDZ, once again, excellent night tonight as well. It's an excellent pickup for Maui. And Maui and still is in a great position, but Seattle is even in a better position now for a playoff spot too. I mean, Macaroni League, the door is wide open for both of these teams going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both teams, like I said, I think in game 1 or 2, both teams have a lot they can build on from that, no matter what the outcome was. Maui had some great stuff and some little tweaks, especially on the offensive end late in the series. And, we could be seeing game 5, we could be seeing game Game 5 OT, and this is off a doubleheader. That's a lot of Rocket League to play for them in a heavy competitive, sweaty state. So really got to hand it to them for holding in the way they did, and great night for both teams.
Yeah, excellent showings from both Seattle and both leagues tonight. Uh, but as we're gonna sign off for United Rogue, be sure to join us next week, and throughout the week for more content. Excellent content brought to you by United Rogue. Thank you, Bill. It's been a great night tonight, and
Yeah,
hope to
it's
see y'all
been
again
an
next week.
absolutely fantastic night. Have a good night, everyone.